So here we are, ready to do part 2. There's my little red pencil. You can see I've put a colored dot, 3 different colors, red, blue, and green, 1 at each corner. And I'm just going to color code each pair of reflected rays that I trace to keep track of which dot the reflected rays are, well, reflecting from. So again, I take my balls, my Basic Optics light source, and I'm going to put the light from the first dot, in this case dot A. I want to make sure I'm on the mirror, like so. The ray passes over dot A, hits the mirror, reflects off. I'm happy, so I just take my straight edge, as before. Try to get more in the middle. Again, more of a light touch here with the colored pencils. Now take it. I can put it over here, however I want to do it. Again, the ray passes over my dot, the same dot, that's kind of important. And now take my straight edge, put my pencil in the middle there, and trace. Now, in principle, I could remove the mirror, trace my lines back, find where point A is, then put the mirror back and do C, repeat, do B. But we don't want to move the mirror because it's the finicky part, so we want to make sure the mirror stays in place, it's lined up with the black line on the paper. So ray B here is my green ray. Now the order you do it in doesn't matter. You can do B, then C, then A. It's all good. But again, goes right over the green dot. Don't know if you can see that. Oh, no, you can't see that. Got my protractor set. Again, more than one point of contact for the protractor to keep it from spinning. So there's my first ray for point B. And here's my second ray for point B. Again, ray goes right over the point. Now you could, in principle, have them both be on the same side, so I could do that ray, wherever that was, and then do one just slightly off like that. That tends to produce a lot more error than having one on each side. Again, make sure your straight edge doesn't actually block the incident ray. In fact, I'll turn that around to make myself happier. Put my pencil in. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah. So, get that back. Oh, it doesn't matter if I did that, because I've still got my straight line. I know that's an error. You can even jot down oops or something like that for future's reference sake. Now ray C here. Now, because of where the mirror is, have to be real careful I don't go off like that and then scratch my head, because there's no reflected ray. So you got to make sure the reflected or the incident ray strikes point C, but also, whoa, see, that's not what I was supposed to do. Now, we're going to reset the mirror as best we can. Like so. Hopefully it doesn't introduce too much error. It needs to come back a bit. But again, incident ray goes over C. Straight edge on the reflected ray. I'm going to put my pencil down first. Now notice that it's almost but not the same as so there's that. It's not quite the same line as that red one. It's close. But that kind of makes sense because those 2 points are close together. Move this over here. Looks good. Protractor for my straight edge. Now, we're not using the protractor here for anything other than a straight edge. We're not going to measure any angles or anything like that. Again, if I move that, check, okay, yes, my blue pencil mark is indeed in the beam of light. Right? So now I've got, if you count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 of each color. You don't have to do different colors. It's just easier for me personally to keep track like that. So next thing, you're done with the light source, unplug it. And just match the colors. Now here, a longer straight edge like a ruler is really useful because we don't really know for sure where these are going to interact. So again, I put the pencil on the line first and kind of test it, make sure I'm on the line, because the colored pencils especially are not especially sharp, so the point can shift a little bit when you take into account where the edge is striking the ruler. And then back here for the other one, again, pencil lead down on the line and marking on the line there, get it nice and straight and parallel. And you notice my line is right over the original one. So there is point C. It's the image of point C, so I'm making a little prime mark so that I know that that's not the original. Now here's point A. I know that because it's red. So I'm going to follow the same thing now. Again, line. Am I tracing over the original line? Not quite, if you notice there. Or you couldn't see that, that was off. So there we go. And then this one. Am I on the line?
So that means that you would have then saved. I would have never got with James who's infinite. I would have been reset.
He's welcome.
You're the one that's like, wow.
So it's fighting me a little bit. Does not want to get. Okay, there we go. Now, if you notice here, A is outside or further from the mirror to C. Here, the image of A. Again, A prime or A slash. It's not really an apostrophe, but it's called a prime mark, P-R-I-M-E. And then over here somewhere, we have the third one. See, I always want to do the ruler first, and I've just learned over the years that it is not best to do it that way. So this is right over that line. Extend it.
That's how he keeps destroying shit. He's just smart enough to figure stuff.
No, my cat's incredibly stupid.
Extend it. All right.
She knows that.
And there's B prime. Okay. So now,
My cat, she just goes, nudges it, and it tips over.
take a straight edge and connect the lines, or connect the dots, excuse me. So here is point A to B. That would be this segment here. From A to B. Now you notice here, this is parallel to the mirror. This, not quite parallel, but actually probably a little bit closer than I have any reason to expect. So this, and then from there to there. You don't even have to put the dots. In fact, the dots probably are a mistake as far as the image goes. Right? Now I can make some measurements. How long is this line? It is just under 7 centimeters. How long is the object line?
Probably go on Monday.
Is that just under 7? Yep. So this is, oh, look at that. It's just under 7. This is 2 centimeters. This one here is just under. So we actually did a really nice job here. See, 2 centimeters, just under, really. So there you go. That's how you do that lab. Then this one, real simple. Okay, what do I see in the mirror? Okay, I see an arrow. The reflected arrow is pointing towards me. You can't see that. There you go. The reflected arrow is pointing down instead of up, so you draw that. Here, it's close to the mirror and pointing that way. This next one, it's still pointing that way, but as you can see, it appears to be further from the mirror. Then you just go blah, 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 answer the questions. You do not put this in your lab notebook. That's why it's called practice, and that's the lab.